Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one, welcome all. We are here with the Not Move podcast, bringing you the best in boxing going today. And as usual, I am here with Coach Common, aka Mr. Fisticuffs himself. What's happening, man?
What's going on? What's going on out there?
Yes, sir. And with us, of course, is the classic man, Mr. Southgate. How you doing today?
Good, just getting ready for my fight party tomorrow night.
Yes,
Absolutely,
sir.
absolutely.
Gentlemen, let's just dive right into this because we are about to witness something that comes around maybe once a decade, maybe even less than that. We are looking at a massive fight between an undisputed champion, an undisputed weight class champion versus another undisputed champion. I don't recall when the last time this actually has happened. Do either of
I'm
you?
I'm sitting here trying to think. The only time I can say that is I think when Floyd fought Mayweather. I mean when Floyd fought or when Mayweather fought De La Hoya.
Mostly,
When
That
Mayweather
may
fought
be very possible.
De La Hoya was champion, and Mayweather. I think he either moved up. I think he moved up, but he was champion of all of his belts underneath him. If I'm
but
not
didn't Sugar
mistaken,
Shane also fight one too?
Very
I
well.
think
But
I think Sugar Shane might have been Sugar Shane might have. Now I don't think Sugar Shane had a belt when he
Or
fought
or
Mayweather.
or maybe I'm thinking of Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea,
I know he held belts. I don't know if he was ever undisputed in his weight class, but he
yeah,
did have multiple belts.
I don't know if Sweet Pea was ever undisputed.
Now, gentlemen, talking about undisputed, can we talk about the magnitude of this fight? This fight has captured the world because of the surprise of one man taking this fight. There is really no reason for Crawford to be taking this fight, right?
I mean, I mean, I thought he was gonna fight Boots. To be honest with you. I thought he was going to fight Boots. I thought Boots would have been his next fight, but he jumped all the way up to Canelo. So it kind of surprised me, to be honest with you. Plus him going up, plus him going up 20 pounds. You know what I mean? That's to be honest with you, that 20 pounds hits different in the later rounds.
Oh, we're going to get there,
And,
coach. We are definitely going to get there.
Well, this is
yeah,
actually the second time he went up. He went up about 11 pounds, fought and won, and now he went up about another 11, 12 pounds.
But
So,
Southgate, let me just ask you something.
mhm.
Do you, as far as fights with guys in their prime, like these are two fighters that are in their prime, being this good, is it fair to say this might actually be the biggest fight in the past 10 years? Maybe even 20?
uh, I would say definitely 8 to 10 years.
yeah, I'm not
Definitely
going
eight
to
to
Okay.
say
ten years.
20.
This is one of the biggest fights that I've seen people excited for. I mean, we all know UFC has kind of been taking over boxing, and I think this fight is very good for boxing. And I really hope it has a really good turnout. Like we see a really good fight. You know what I'm? Boxing match fight. I don't care if they brawl or whatever they do. I just want to see a really good fight because I don't know
Yes,
how
sir.
much more boxing could take on itself.
You know, Southgate, I do believe boxing has kind of turned a corner where it was once, and I agree, it seemed to hit a bit of a rut. It is definitely on the upswing, and there are a lot of young stars out there to be had. there are a lot of young guys who have a lot of flash and a lot of KO ability behind them. Speaking of KO ability, Coach, I need
Yeah.
you to tell me what are the advantages of each one of these fighters? What is going to be the bread and butter that they are going to need to establish in this fight?
Well,
We can start with Canelo.
well, I think Canelo's going to test him early, right? I think Canelo's going to test him early, and he's going to see if he can withstand his punches. If he sees any type of change in Crawford's approach, his defense, and anything, if he sees that his punches made Crawford change something, anything, I don't care what it is, slowed him down, sped him up, he's on his bike now, or whatever it is, it's going to be a long night for my boy Bud. Very long night. And like I told you this before, the main thing that always scares me about Bud is Bud likes to take one to deliver three. I just don't know how many of those ones from Canelo he can take, right? And now Bud, on the other hand, Bud hits like a truck also, okay? And in my opinion, Bud is a better technical fighter, whereas though Canelo is more of a brawler. Now Crawford can brawl, but he's more of a he's more technical than Canelo. I think that his best bet is to establish his jab and work Canelo's body. I think
Okay,
his
and if you're
best bet is
Canelo,
work Canelo's
and
body.
and for Canelo, you believe that he's going to come out and try to push a pace from the
I think,
opening bell against him.
yeah, absolutely. Because see, Canelo has fought at this weight before. Canelo knows what it is to go 12 rounds at this weight. Crawford doesn't. You see what I'm saying? So if he can push Crawford, you know what I'm saying? It'll be like I said, and I've said this before. Crawford's best bet, his best bet is to, his best bet is to try, which has never happened, which has never happened. But his best bet would be to try to stop Canelo early. Because I told you, with the weight difference, with the weight difference,
Ooh.
with not fighting at this weight before, the weight difference, the later the rounds go, the more it's in Canelo's favor.
Actually,
Like
Zip, how do you feel about him moving up to 14 pounds? You think the power's still going to be there?
The
the
power more
power is
not the
normal.
speed.
The power is the very last thing a fighter will ever lose is their power.
Exactly.
What it would affect is perhaps his speed. Now, I need to come back to that. But perhaps when you gain weight, you can slow down and it also affects stamina. Now, I need to address something real quick. We all know that in the fight world, in the ring, that Bud Crawford is stepping up weight classes. But this is his natural walking around weight. He has stepped into the ring at this weight hundreds, if not thousands of times just doing sparring when he's in the ring and he's not doing not weight cutting. This is nothing new for him. It's new for him as far as it being a big fight and as far as it being an actual fight, but walking into the ring at this weight is nothing new.
Hey, y'all, hold on, Zach. We got a comment. He says Crawford is a dog. Oh, he said, hold on. He said this won't be a fan-friendly fight. Neither are volume punchers. Crawford's best attributes won't be helped by the weight. Canelo can't cut the ring off. He hasn't tried. He hasn't tried it in the past 5 fights. What do you say about that?
I think that's a very dangerous comment you just said. And what I mean is, if Canelo is first of all, I expect Bud Crawford to show us empty the playbook in this fight, meaning we will see his fight IQ be on display. Expect to see more than one approach. Canelo
Well,
solves one style, he'll move to another. He has that kind of defensive bag. He has that kind of offensive bag that he can present different styles. Remember, this guy is ambidextrous in the ring. He normally starts out orthodox and then switches southpaw. And once he
absolutely.
stays southpaw, he normally has seen something. Now, that being said, if Canelo can't cut off the ring, as as the writer said, as the poster said, then that's very dangerous. That means Bud has free range of movement. That's very
Absolutely.
bad for Canelo.
Oh no, oh,
Now
no,
I
no,
do.
no, listen. I never said. Listen, hold on. By no means. First, let's get this from the jump. I got Bud Crawford. Let's get this from the start. I got Bud Crawford. Okay, and to my man K, he said. Oh, he also said that Crawford's a dog. He's not afraid. He will. He said we'll find out in the first 30 seconds of the first round if this will be a good or bad fight for him. He said Canelo's fades as the fights go on.
Well, I will
I
say
don't.
one thing.
I'm not gonna
Matter of
say.
fact, I
I'm
gotta
not gonna
say,
say Canelo fade. I'm not gonna say Canelo fades as fights go on. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say he fades. I'm
I
not gonna
agree.
say he fades. What I am gonna say is. If Canelo knows he's winning the fight, he sees no point. He sees no. He's not a merciless fighter. If he sees he's winning the fight, yeah, when it gets to the later rounds, he doesn't feel as though he has to keep beating you up because he's already won.
Yes,
So in
sir.
that aspect, yes, he if you won't call that fading, okay, but as far as like fading because of steroid, nah, he doesn't do that. You see him
That he
fade
doesn't.
when he knows that he's won the fight because I ain't got to keep beating you up.
Coach, that's an excellent point. And Southgate, this would be a perfect opportunity for me to ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think are the disadvantages for each fighter? We talked about what their strengths are. When you look at these guys, what do you think there could be in play as a weakness in this fight?
I don't like the weight changes. That's a disadvantage for me. When someone
You think?
comes down in weight or goes up in weight,
Yeah,
I mean, the first time fighting at a weight, going up 14 pounds and getting thrown probably against the best in the division, that's a disadvantage to me.
fair enough.
You
Fair
you
enough.
feel you feel as though he should have had a tune-up fight in that division first and then fought
Yes,
Canelo.
yes, you should have fought someone
I
else.
agree. I
You,
agree. I
I mean,
agree.
in my eyes, you're going up 14 pounds and you're fighting, the best fighter there. I mean, work your way into it.
I
You know,
agree.
I,
Okay. Do you,
you know, I think
Southgate?
that's a
Do you,
disadvantage.
do you see any disadvantage for Canelo?
Well, he's had what 10, 11 fights at this weight since he's come down.
But he's moved. He's actually moved all over the board between 160 and 174. So
Yeah, so
168 is I'm guessing his comfort range.
yeah, so I mean the disadvantage I see is when guys go up and down. I mean, if we watch Roy Jones, we watched him go up, 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 and then when he put on that muscle, and then when he came down, he got slower, and when he got slower, he finally got hit, and that's when Roy Jones wasn't Roy
That's when the
Jones no
losses
more.
happen.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I think when a guy goes up, he keeps his speed, but once he goes back down, he loses a touch of speed. So I think
Common,
that's the disadvantage there.
fair
Yo,
enough. Common. Give me a
yo,
disadvantage for Crawford.
I gotta concur with Southgate. I gotta agree with Southgate. You got like you said, Canelo's already fought at 175. He fought and won at 175. You see what I'm saying? So coming back down to 168, coming back down to 168, that's like his medium. You know what I mean? Because he'll go down to 162, and so that's like what I mean. That's that middle ground where he'd have to work too hard to get to that weight and maintain it. And I think he's very comfortable at that weight. I think 168. I think he's very comfortable at that weight. So
Zip, I know it
that's
Okay.
don't
so
sound like a huge difference, the 12 to 14 pounds, but once you're used to getting hit by a certain weight class and then
Absolutely.
you go up, people don't realize the difference it is.
oh no, that punch is different. That punch is definitely different.
Yep.
And and
Allow me.
and
Allow me to. Let me just respond to Southgate real quick. While I agree, yes, 14 pounds is a huge difference. But as I said, Bud Crawford has trained at this weight and fought bigger guys. So I don't think it's so much the punch being different. I think it's the person that's delivering the punch that's
Yeah.
well,
different.
now,
Canelo is a very heavy-handed fighter for his weight class.
absolutely, but Zip, we also gotta remember he ain't never fought nobody for 12 rounds at this weight.
Not in
He
an
never
actual
got
bout,
hit.
no.
He never got hit by nobody for 12 rounds at this weight. That's my only disadvantage. That's why I thought he was gonna fight Boots. To be honest, that's why I thought he was gonna fight Boots. Because
Okay,
I
well then I ask you.
yeah.
Let's say then I ask you
I
this,
don't
Common.
like the weight jump. I don't like the weight jump, but I'm riding with Bud. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm still going with Bud.
Well, you told me the disadvantage of Crawford. Well, tell me the disadvantage of Canelo.
The one disadvantage for Canelo is Crawford ain't got nothing to lose. Crawford ain't got nothing to
Hmm,
lose. Right? That's one thing.
the
Man
the
that don't have
risk factor.
man that don't got nothing to lose. Man that don't got nothing to lose
Dangerous
is
man.
the dangerous
That's the
man.
most
You feel
dangerous
me?
man in the room.
You feel me? So that's one thing. He ain't got nothing to lose. Right? So that's the first thing. And then the second thing, I mean, listen, if my one blemish on my record is Canelo Alvarez, I think I'm good. You feel me? Like he has nothing to lose. There's really no
But
downside in this fight for
common,
Crawford. You know what I mean? So
common.
that makes him very dangerous.
It does. Common, I gotta throw this right back at you and say, when I think of somebody moving up against a very dangerous puncher, the most obvious example in this fight gave us fireworks. We talk about it being the greatest first round we've ever seen. The fight is still memorable and watched today. And that's when a slim Tommy Hearns moved up in weight to fight a bigger, stronger, heavier Marvin Hagler. And they gave us 3 exciting rounds. My question to you said Bud should go ahead and go for an early knockout. Do you think he has that inside of him to want to be able to take those punches from Canelo rather than extending the fight before trying to move in?
I like I said, Bud. This is how I'm not going. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is how I see Bud coming out, right? Because Bud has an ego with him, right? An arrogance. You know what I mean? So I think Bud not only want at this. Hear me out now. Not only does he want to like win the fight, I think Bud's game plan is to be the first person to put Canelo down.
Hmm.
I truly believe that's going to be his game plan to be the first person to put Canelo down. So I think he's going to go at Canelo. Because like I said, because listen, I still feel as though the later the fight goes, the more it goes in Canelo's favor. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? That is just my opinion. But I think the later that fight goes, that the more it's going to go into Canelo's. Because listen, especially if the fight is close. Because see, like I said before, he's not a merciless fighter. So it's not that he fades towards the end. If he knows he's beating you up, I ain't gotta keep beating you up. But if he don't know if he won that fight, yo, listen, like you pointed out, Zip, heavy-handed, man, them
Yeah,
things become cinder blocks in the 10th and 11th and 12th round.
but okay. So, do you
See,
see the potential?
hold on, Zip. It's kind of funny you brought that up. I think this could turn out to be something like that because
Okay,
Crawford's chin has never absorbed the power of someone like Canelo's punches
very
at
true.
that weight class. So if he gets hit early, I mean, it could be a problem. But if he shows he could take those punches, then he could possibly outbox Canelo because I think he'll be faster than Canelo.
Yeah,
Southgate, do
so
you
do
see
I.
the potential? Do you see the potential for this to just explode in the fireworks early in this fight?
I think
No.
I think if it does, that's the mistake for Crawford. I think if it explodes into fireworks early, we're gonna see another Hagler Hearns.
But you know what, Southgate, if I may, remember this about Hagler Hearns. Hearns busted Hagler open and had the fight nearly stopped. He
Yep.
almost won the fight by referee stop, by doctor stoppage. And then he went in for the stoppage, and that's when Hagler caught him. But
Yep.
Hagler almost lost this fight to Hearns. He was very close.
Yep. See, it's
Well,
just that.
Nah, they're going to fill each other out first. They're going to fill each other. Listen, first round's going to be boring as shit. Make no mistake about that. All right? First round is going to be boring as shit.
Because Crawford does have a history of starting slow.
he
Yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah.
That I agree with.
But see, here's the thing. They're going. You want to talk about they're trying to feel each other out? Yo, you'll be lucky if you get. You'll be lucky if you get 30 punches apiece from them in the first round.
And Southgate, I want to piggyback on what you just said. You said Crawford has a history of starting slow. Not only Crawford, Canelo does too.
Yes.
Exactly.
Canelo is not. Canelo is has. I will say this: there has been points when he's gone after it, but if you look at his past 10 or so fights, he 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 is not a guy who says, "Okay, there goes the bell. I'm just gonna monster my way through this." No, he's a guy who actually his first couple of rounds he just kind of studies the guy he's fighting, and then he just kind of asserts himself, which is
Yeah.
exactly what Bud Crawford does.
Because I mean, in his last fight at 154, or I mean his fight at 154 against Israel, is it Madamov? A lot of people felt
I
his power didn't fully translate.
Well, he did stop him. He
Yeah,
did
but
stop
in
him.
the beginning, I mean,
Uh, the question. This is the one thing that I wonder when it comes to Bud. I don't think Bud ever really goes for an early knockout. I think his plan, just based on the fights that I've seen and I've watched tons of his fights, is he kind of gets you into that mid. Once he gets you into that fifth, sixth round, it seems like he's figured or has seen something that he can exploit, and
Yeah,
he
well,
begins to
I
kind of
said
up the
technical.
tempo.
Well, that's why I said he's a better technical fighter. I just
Well, then let
no,
me ask.
but like I said, my thing
You still
is,
got me?
yeah, I hear
We
me.
got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yo,
Sorry, my
like,
phone rang. I just wanted to make sure it didn't cut me off.
yeah. Now you good, Southgate. Nah, I just what I'm saying is, that I think that moving up in weight, getting hit by those heavier, harder punches, I think in the later rounds that Bud could lose some pep in his step and and some fire in his punches, and that's why it would favor Canelo because I don't think he would have the zip or the pop on his punches in the later rounds to hurt Canelo.
Gentlemen, we've talked about this being this fight happening in a multitude of ways, but we have not talked about this being a complete tactical and strategic fight throughout. And if that happens, this may not be the fight that a lot of people think it can be. This could end up being a chess match, especially if Bud Crawford can earn Canelo's respect by landing a clean shot. He may make Canelo say, I just can't charge this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
that
no,
happens,
absolutely.
the potential for this being I don't want to say a boring fight, but a strategic tactical fight, I think is higher than people realize. So
Yeah.
my question
No,
is, do you
absolutely.
think we kind of lean more toward a tactical fight, or do you think we'll lean a little more toward, yeah, at one point they're gonna let the hands go and throw down?
Well, actually,
Which way are you kind of leaning?
Zip, let me ask you something. Who do
Yes,
you
sir.
think has the warrior come out in them first?
Canelo. Canelo, because I think Crawford is going to make him chase him. If Crawford can still be on his feet and be in good, body, mind, hasn't taken major damage by round 4, I think he may be the first to up the tempo to Canelo, and Canelo may have to start charging him. And if
Like,
that happens, I think you may see Canelo start throwing a little more harder punches toward him. So I
let's
think
just
he's the
say,
first one to break the monotony that
yeah,
the
let's just
early
say
rounds will be.
someone throws a punch and kind of rocks the guy a little bit. Which one might abandon his game plan and just go full out brawl mode? Like, who do you think is the
Oh,
more well, actually, the question I'm looking for: who's the more disciplined fighter in your eyes?
that is an excellent question. First, I gotta give the respect to Mr. Fisticuffs. I gotta get your answer on this, coach.
Damn, I was hoping you answer it first. Nah,
Yeah, yeah, Common.
nah,
Who could
yeah.
stay more disciplined?
Uh, honestly,
You want
honestly, and I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna go off of when Canelo fought Mayweather, right? I'm gonna go off when Canelo fought Mayweather.
yes.
Mayweather had him so angry that he couldn't hit him. You heard what Canelo said. He said, I swing. He no there.
You're
He
not
no
there.
there. so 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 and you saw how that frustrated him, right? You saw how that frustrated him. But he didn't go berserk. He never like it pissed him off to no end, but he never really lost composure. I'm probably gonna say Canelo's the more disciplined fighter
I'm gonna. You
because,
know what?
and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Crawford's way more arrogant and cocky.
But coach, that has never translated in a fight.
No,
He's
it's no, no, no.
arrogant and cocky out the ring, and at points
No,
inside of the ring and during a fight. But when he's ever found himself in a close fight, the arrogance has never been there. It's
no, no,
only when he's
no.
dominating a fight.
Right, exactly, exactly. So what I'm saying is, if the arrogance is there when he's dominating a fight, then the frustration might get there if it gets too later in the round and he knows he's losing a fight.
That
And
is
I
very
don't,
okay. I
and I
got
don't
you.
know, and I don't know how he's going to handle that frustration. See, I've already seen Canelo handle that frustration. See what I'm saying? I've already seen Canelo handle that frustration. I've never seen Bud handle that frustration. Yeah,
Coach, allow me to answer.
I
Allow me,
thought.
if you will.
Go ahead.
Just allow me, if you will, because I would like to answer Southgate's question because I really do like that question. When I think of these guys as being disciplined, and I too, my first thought was Canelo Mayweather. Sometimes people think just because you don't lose that you're the most superior, you're the best, you're at the top of your game, and nothing can take you down. Let me tell you something. Nothing will ever teach you as much as a loss will. Canelo, when he lost to Mayweather, I want you to think about the fights you saw him have afterward. You know what you saw? That guy who was just plodding forward, he was gone. You saw a guy begin to use his footwork more. You saw a guy that began to move his head side to side, begin to bob and weave a little, begin to use that jab a bit more. Mayweather taught him a boxing lesson that
Yeah.
he learned quickly. That being said, Bud Crawford is out of that same cloth of Mayweather where he has many styles to bring to his fight. The question that I have is not naming somebody that will lose their discipline, but the first fighter to get frustrated. How will Bud act if he's not winning rounds against Canelo? How will Canelo act if he finds himself not being able to have his way with Crawford? The first guy to break in the middle of that fight loses.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Mike Tyson said it. My one of my goats said it the best. Everybody has a plan until they get
Yeah, that's for sure.
Gentlemen, gentlemen,
hit.
gentlemen, now it's that time. It's the time that I need to ask you, gentlemen, to give me your winner and tell me how they win this. Tell me whether this gets stopped. Tell me whether it goes the distance. Give me the scenario that the fight ends. Southgate, who
I
wins
mean,
this fight and how?
um, I gotta be honest with you. I got Canelo knocking out Crawford.
How do you see the knockout happening? Around what round?
Somewhere in between 3 and 6.
Ooh, early stoppage. All right.
Yep.
Coach Common, Mr. Fisticuffs, who wins?
Bud wins unanimous decision. He's going to out.
And I
Listen,
got it.
listen, listen. He's going to out. Listen. He's going to outbox. He's going to outbox Canelo.
Okay.
I think he's gonna outbox Canelo while landing not severe, but landing several power punches to move the judges enough to give him the rounds.
I like it. And gentlemen, I have got to say, we know we are watching a mega fight. So you know what I like to do at the end of each show is present you with a mega fight. In other words, gentlemen, it's time to ring the damn bell. Coach Common, Southgate, I present to you the fighter, the warrior in the blue corner. This man was nearly 100 and 0. He fought some of the top fighters around, and he won with strength, with ability, agility, with a style that most have not seen. He was not the biggest guy, but he outfought them all with his heart.
Right.
He literally showed you that he will fight until the last second. I present to you Julio
Julio
Cesar
Chavez.
Chavez Sr.
You talking about Chavez?
That was a bad man.
Yes, he
She
was.
was.
Yes, he was. Yes, the hell he
And in
was.
order and in order for somebody to step into the ring with that bad man, he's going to have to be a bad man himself. And I present to you, coming out of the red corner, a man that beat Tommy Hearns in the amateurs. You can watch this fight on YouTube, by the way. He beat Tommy Hearns in amateurs. This man walked up to Sugar Ray Leonard during a Ray Leonard press conference and said, "Fight me." Sugar Ray Leonard twice moved up in weight class because this man entered the weight class. Sugar Ray moved up. This man moved up again. Sugar Ray moved up. I'm not saying that he ducked him, but I am saying he ain't want no part of him. I'm telling you that this man, through a combination of combinations that we hadn't seen from a fighter since, I present to you, out of the red corner, the Hawk, Aaron Pryor. Common! Ring the damn bell! Who wins? And tell me, before you tell me who wins, how do the first 3 rounds go down?
Hey, yeah. Chavez versus Pryor. Woo! I ain't gonna lie, that would have been a banger. That would have been a banger. Woo! Man, I would see that fight. I would see that fight being fireworks from the door. I would see the first 3 rounds, them feeling each other, but them feeling each other out, but then still, like delivering, like Chavez doing his special, tearing up that body, attacking that body, going to the heart, to the body, going to the body, to the body, to the head. Pryor, same thing, beating up the shoulders. Pryor like to beat up your shoulders, you know what I mean? So you couldn't lift your arms. You know what I mean? So I
First three
think
rounds, who has the advantage?
first 3 rounds, I'm gonna give it to Chavez. Got to give it to Chavez because Chavez never started off slow. Chavez came at you. Chavez came at
Southgate. Southgate, give it to me. First 3 rounds. What do you see?
Ooh, finish with Common. Just let me think on this one more second.
you.
You know what, Common? Common. I was
What's
going to
that?
say, take me to 6 rounds. My question is, do we make it to the 6th round?
Yeah, no, oh no, we're making it to the 6th round. We're making it to the 6th round. I'm gonna tell you why. Both of these men's chins have been battle tested, and both of
They
them
have
have
been.
answered the bell.
They have.
Both of their chins
So
have
give
been
it to me.
tested.
3 through 6. Is the same thing happening, or does the fight start to
Now,
change?
I know what I think is now. I think now I'm not gonna hold you. I think Chavez starts to slow down a little bit, only because of Aaron's style, beating up the shoulders, beating up the shoulders. You know what I mean? You can't throw punches and withstand them joints at the same time. Boy, and listen, all this right here is real tight and tight, yo. This is real tight and tight. This starts to knot up and ball up on you. You know what I mean? You got to start stretching it out. You got to keep putting your hands down, going like this, and then you got to come back up. So I think it starts to change. I think it starts to change a little bit because Chavez is getting accustomed to the body work, to the shoulder work, and
I
then
gotta
I
say,
think
this doesn't look good for Chavez.
nah,
This
no,
doesn't
no,
look good for
no,
Chavez.
nah. Hold on.
Not,
What I'm
not,
gonna tell
not.
nah, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm gonna tell you this here. See, this is another thing that happens when you do that though. It also gets numb. So I think in the later rounds, when
Hold on, we'll get
Chavez
there. We'll get there. We'll get
when
there.
Chavez
Please allow me.
always flourishes.
Hold on, we'll get there in a second. Southgate, you gotta give me something, brother. We're,
Um,
we gotta
the
give me something.
the man with the man that was known for a punch a second, man. I don't think it gets to the later rounds. I think these guys just gonna completely brawl it out. Those are two warriors in there. I got
You,
go ahead, you hear
you
me?
see us? Yeah, you see us stop it. Who do you got?
Hey, this is tough. I got Chavez coming out and sort of laying it on, but Price just too much for him. I think. I think Pryor's too much. Once he gets to about 6'7", I gotta stop it for Pryor. Too many punches, too
Complete,
fast.
uh, completely understandable. Common. We're at the end of round 6. Moving into round 7, going 7 through 9. Take me there. Do we make it to the 9th round?
That's where it all. That's where it all goes down. It's
How
going
so?
down in. It's going down in the knife, and it's going down in the knife because by this time Chavez's arms are numb. He doesn't feel he doesn't even feel he doesn't even feel them no more. Right? He don't even feel like when he hit, he don't even feel it no more. It's numb. Prior to them beat him to numbness. Right? So now they're numb. I don't even feel no more. And with oh so famous, right to the body, left
Mm,
to the body,
mm.
straight to the face, right hook combination. Chavez puts Pryor down.
For anyone out there who may not know who Julio Cesar Chavez or Aaron Pryor is, I need you to write those names down and
Go look
to
up.
search them up. Watch them
Hold on. Go
after
look
this
up.
podcast.
No, go look up Aaron Pryor and Arguego. Go look up
Oh
that fight. Go
goodness.
watch that
Oh
fight.
goodness. Both of
Go
them.
watch
Watch
that
both of
fight.
these fights. Watch both of these fights.
Go
They
watch.
are
No,
that
go
good.
watch, and then watch,
Now,
You can watch Chavez.
Chavez
So
and Meldrick Taylor.
Meldrick Taylor, yeah. Chavez and Chavez, Meldrick Taylor.
You will see
Chavez,
that
Meldrick Taylor.
you will
You can
learn
watch
more
both.
about
Yeah,
Chavez in
and you
that
can watch.
fight
Yeah,
than
you
you
can
will
watch
any other.
both of them, and you can watch both
Yes,
of them.
sir. Yes,
Watch
sir.
both those fights. Watch
Gentlemen,
both those fights.
I would just like to say thank you very much. I really enjoyed this. We are talking about a mega fight. And because this is a mega fight, I got one more thing for you guys. One more time. It's time to ring the damn bell because I got one more fight. The main event for you. That was just a warm up. In the corner to my left, a fighter that we all knew, a bad man, maybe the baddest of the bad. This man was known for his relentlessness, his power, his pressure. He was an immense pressure fighter. He's considered a top 10 pound for pound fighter of all time. I am talking about Manos de Piedra, the man with the hands of stone. Roberto Duran,
Man,
and that man standing across from him needs no introduction. We're talking about a defensive genius, a man with excellent footwork, with uncanny speed, and a fight IQ that's unmatched by anyone. I don't need to hype him up. His name is the pretty boy, Floyd Money Mayweather. Come in! Ring the damn bell. What happens?
I'm gonna make this short and sweet, baby. I'm gonna make this real short and sweet. Mayweather outboxes Roberto Duran like he does, takes away his hand, takes away his fist of stone with movement, footwork, and like you said, IQ. He's like Mayweather would completely outbox Roberto. He would completely outbox him. It would not. I'll be honest with you. I think Mayweather would win in the unanimous decision because he wouldn't knock him out. That's 100%
He,
sure. He wouldn't
he
knock him
not
out.
knocking out Roberto Duran. He
He's
is
not
not
knocking him
doing
out.
that.
No, he's not doing that. But he will win in the unanimous decision. I will.
You think this is
Yeah. It's
you
easy.
think
It's
this is a
easy.
you think this is a more strategic tactical fight
Yeah,
than it is a
yeah, yeah,
fireworks? Yeah.
yeah. There's no fireworks here. There's no fireworks here. Listen, and I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, he's not Sugar Ray Leonard.
No, he's not.
Okay, he's not Sugar Ray Leonard. He's not even Sweet Pea.
He's
He's
not.
not even Sweet Pea. He's
He's
not
not.
gonna go. Listen, he does not feel as though he got anything to prove. You feel me? He does not feel as though he has anything to fight. He does not feel as though he has
He,
anything to prove to where as though I got
you're
to
right.
stand in front of you and take your punch. Floyd ain't never been that guy. Floyd ain't never been that guy. He's never been that guy. He's just going to outbox you, take this win, get that bag, go home and celebrate. That's what Floyd's going to
Simple. Hey, simple and sweet and to the point.
do.
Southgate. Southgate, give it to me. Floyd
Um,
Mayweather, Roberto Duran. How do you see that happen?
I love Roberto Duran. I really do. I am a big
Okay.
fan, but um, the two people that I could say really boxed that Duran lost to, and that maybe are as good, possibly good as as boxers as Mayweather was Sugar Ray, and
Yes.
I know he was old when he fought Macho Camacho, but
Yeah.
I think if was he'd hit Mayweather, he could possibly hurt him, but I just don't think he can hit him.
Fair
I
enough.
do not
Ladies,
see I do not see Durant getting knocked out. There's no way.
no.
Nah, hell no.
I don't
Mayweather
I,
will
I don't
sit
I don't
there.
think I don't think that would even be I don't even think that would be a prop
Hey,
bet in
hey,
Vegas.
listen,
No,
listen.
I think
That
Mayweather
listen.
will sit there and just outpoint him all day
That's
long.
it. That's it. He's going to strictly. He's going to listen. Mayweather is going to write the manual on how to box against him.
I'm
He
just
would
gonna
show
tell
you.
you
Ladies,
if
He give you a blueprint. He give you a
one thing,
manual.
Zip. I'm sorry,
yes.
Common.
No,
If
you're good.
Mayweather does one of those little fancy things where he sticks his face in Duran's gloves and tries to like
Oh,
move away
oh,
and gets caught,
Durant will
he's
rock him.
gonna go to sleep.
Nah, see, yo, listen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He ain't doing that with Roberto.
No, no, no. If he made that mistake, he might go to sleep.
Hey,
and he
Common.
knows that. And he knows that. That's why that all this would not happen against Roberto Durant. No, he would already know automatically. If this guy
Hey,
nips me, I can go to sleep. I'm
I,
not
I
doing
happen
that.
to just so you guys know, I agree with you. I think Mayweather wins this by distance. I think he's just going to keep his distance. Anytime Roberto Duran comes in, he is going to put the bear hug on him. He will
Oh,
not let him
absolutely.
inside.
He's not going to, yo, listen, Roberto's not going to hit him flush or cleanly all night. He's going to make sure of it. Because I'm
That
going to tell
being
you right
said,
now. I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on. I'm going to tell you right now. If you remember back to De La Hoya Mayweather, De La Hoya caught Mayweather with that left hook. Mayweather made sure he never got that chance again.
hey, gentlemen, I want you to notice something. I chose those two fights for a reason because I believe in each one of those examples, you had a clear aggressor and you had somebody else that was more tactical.
I
I
was a pure
believe that's what
boxer.
we're going to see tomorrow night. A more aggressive fighter versus a more tactical fighter. And I can't wait to see it go down. Ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Fisticuffs himself, Coach Common, for the classic man, Mr. Southgate, I'm ZipZap, all base, no trouble. You are here in the Combat Corner. Thank you very much for joining us. And I did say one thing. I did say I'd give my prediction. I just realized I haven't. You know what? I am a huge fan of Bud Crawford. I love watching this man fight. I gotta give a slight advantage to Canelo, but my heart is rooting for Crawford. But boxing wise, I do give the advantage to Canelo to perhaps draw out a decision.
Zip.
Then again, we will have to wait till tomorrow night to find out. What's up?
If Crawford does win, is it decision or knockout?
I have seen Canelo get stunned several times in fights. I'm not going to say that he was wobbly, but Mayweather did rock him. Mayweather rocked him at one point. Bivol kept his jab in his face and hit him with a combination that stunned him. Crawford does have the power and the ability to counterpunch his way into stunning him. If he stuns him, unlike Mayweather, Crawford may actually try to capitalize and go in. Unlike Bivol, he may be successful in doing so. I would tend to think that this is going to be a decision. Crawford, I think Canelo starts. I see this being a seesaw fight throughout, but I'm just going to give a slight nod to Canelo. But my heart is going for Crawford because I have this thing inside of me that I kind of do root for underdogs. I don't know what it is, but I like to see the little guy show the fight in him to the big dog. I like that.
Absolutely.
But then again,
Absolutely.
I'm also not 6'4", 280, so I can speak on it.
And you know,
Ladies and gentlemen,
and you know what that
ladies and gentlemen,
means.
for facts, ladies and gentlemen, move us if you can, because we stay not moved. Have a good evening.
Good evening.
Peace.